The brush off objection. We're selling our house soon. We're not interested. How often do you hear this? And sometimes you get it on a retail sale because your estimate's too high, right? And they just want the budget option to get the roof done to sell the house. Or on a storm damage claim, homeowners say, hey, I don't want to mess with this. I'm selling the house soon. It ain't worth it. Either way, what ends up happening is all the legwork that you just did, whether it was an inbound lead or a self-generated lead, goes for naught. It's flushed down the drain, no deal. But what if you could quickly and easily overcome this objection and close the business? Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, that's exactly what I'll be teaching you here. And if you're new here, welcome or welcome back. My name is Adam Bensman, the roof strategist. And everything that I do here is designed to help you and your team smash your income goal and give every customer an amazing experience. And I've had the opportunity to help thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of sales reps just like you overcome the same problems and specifically objections that you're likely facing right now. So if you haven't yet done it, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a thing. And if you need help on objection handling, I got a freebie for you. I want you to go to theroofstrategist.com right now or pop into the video description or podcast description and click the link. And I'm going to send you a free copy of my Pitch Like a Pro Roofing Sales Training video library in there. I've got all my videos and the largest playlist in here is on objection handling. So go to theroofstrategist.com and hop in, and you'll get access to all that for free. All right, let's get to it. So I'm selling my house soon. What does this really mean? Now, would you agree with me that if someone says I'm selling my house soon, that's really not the real reason they don't want to move forward, right? The real reason is deeper because all objections are a bunch of garbage. The words aren't what people mean. I have to talk to my wife. You have to think about it. It's not, oh, I got to talk to my wife. Oh, I can't wait to go grab a cup of coffee and sit down with my wife. This roofer was great. That roofer not so great. No, that's not what's happening. What's happening is people want you out of the house. So let's first digest what this means. I'm selling my house soon. Now, in my program called the Roofing Sales Success Formula, that's my full system, knock to close, that's being used for both storm and retail by many thousands of people in every single state in the U.S., from tiny companies to quite a few of the top 100 roofing companies in America. One of the most raved about sections is my objection strategy. I want to give you the bones of that here. Now, all objections, as we realize, we've come to terms with, they're not the words. It's something deeper. So let's lay out what those are. And if you've been following along, say them with me. It's trust, need, and money. They either don't trust you yet, they don't think they need you or a new roof, or it's a money issue. Now, if someone says I'm selling my house soon, what does this really mean? Ultimately, and I know this one's a little kind of gray area, but I'm going to dive in. What it really means is need. They don't think they need a new roof. People don't buy stuff they don't need. Yeah, there's a little bit of a money concern in there because they're like, hey, I'm going to be selling my house. So if I spend all this money, do I really need to? And what it really boils down to is need more than money, okay? Because people don't buy stuff they don't need. If they really needed to get the roof done to sell the house, like I'll give you an example. Let's say the septic system was failing in the home. They have no choice. You can't sell a house with a bum septic system. You need to get that replaced. So the homeowner says, I'm selling my house soon. They don't have enough of a need or a reason to get that roof done. And that's really what we want to dial into, is identifying that key problem. How is this going to impact them from selling their home? What's going to come up later down the road? What are the consequences of not taking action to create the need? Then later we'll address the money piece. But for right now, we don't want to skip and dive into the money component. We want to focus on creating a need for them to get that roof replaced prior to the home sale, so long as it's legit. Now, with everything that I'm teaching, this does give you some semblance of power, understanding how people think. And it's so important that we use this ethically to serve people the right way and not to sell people stuff they don't need. I hate that stuff. It's, sales people are problem solvers and change makers. So identify the problem and help facilitate the change, but don't do it if it's not there. All right, fair? Disclaimer aside. All right, so what we've agreed upon, yes or no, is that this issue is a need issue, right? They don't need a new roof. So what do? What we do is we focus on creating that need. So number one is we have to do an inspection that sells. All right, this is a inspection that sells. Gosh, my handwriting is degrading in time. If you can't read that, it's because I'm a doctor. No, I'm not actually. An inspection that sells is finding a more compelling reason for someone to take action right now. Failing pipe jacks, lack of a chimney cricket, field shingles as ridge cap, neoprene pipe boots that are failing, shiners and nail pops, no drip edge or rake edge if it's code, no ice and water shield if it's code, any other problem areas they weren't aware of, creased, folding shingles, missing shingles, hack repair jobs, mastic smeared all over the roof. All of these things that we can find to say, look, there's a bigger problem at hand, and taking care of this, whether it's on the retail or storm damage side, is going to put that homeowner in a better position. So we have to do an inspection that sells. Number two, we need to get the homeowner telling us and I'm just going to write this down, owning the problem. We need to get them telling us about the condition of the roof. And I did an entire video on this. I've been linking to it quite a bit because it's so fundamentally important and a really big piece of getting people to own the problem, which then creates the need for them to take action. So when I say owning the problem, I'm going to link to that video in this card up here, and that's never ever tell someone that their roof is damaged. We want them to tell us they're damaged. So we need to do the inspection that sells and then get them to own the problem. All right, from here, what we need to do is educate. And I'm going to give you the top items here. Educate the homeowner on the situation. So we're doing the inspection that sells. We're getting them to describe the damage to us, and then they're going to tell us, hey, you know what? I don't want to do the roof because I'm selling the house soon. But what they don't realize is that the roof is the most expensive maintenance item on a home. I repeat, the most expensive maintenance item on your home. Think of a roof like a car or tires for a car, except like 20 times more expensive. Okay? Now, homeowners and new home buyers know that a roof is like the biggest ticket item. And if there's any issues with it, it really throws a curveball. So let's take a look, and I'm going to start writing this stuff out in red because red is pain and problem. So number one is the most expensive maintenance item. All right, homeowners don't want to buy a house with an old roof. It's like any average realtor is going to know to point this out. Any average home inspector is going to point it out, okay? So it's the most expensive. Number two, it comes up last minute. This is a big deal. When someone's selling a home, and this is all true, a home inspector is going to notice certain things, and they're going to highlight those things to a home buyer, because the last thing the home inspector wants is a home buyer to say, how come you didn't tell me about this? My roof leaked a week after I moved in. The roof was old. We should have known to budget for it. We overpaid on the roof. We should have known, hey, the roof should be replaced in 3 to 5 years, whatever it is. So it comes up last minute. And on storm damage, if a storm damage claim comes up last minute and you did the homeowner, for example, filed a claim but never did the work and pocketed the money, by law in many states, and you'll have to check with your state, they have to disclose that. They have to say, hey, we had the claim but never did the work. And if they didn't file a claim yet but damage does show up, now all of a sudden a monkey wrench is thrown into the deal, and the deal can get lost, okay? Deal can fall apart. Now, what will end up happening in this final inspection is the homeowner who's selling the property has this come up in inspection, and the home buyer says, whoa, 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 we are not moving forward unless option one, it gets done beforehand, which puts time pressure on the homeowner to pay out of pocket, have it forced to get done to make the sale go through. Option number two, they negotiate a lower purchase price, which takes equity out of the homeowner's pocket. Or option number three is that there's some sort of credit at the end at closing. Either way, what this means is last minute, deals fall through, you lose money. And this is all just straight up fact. It's the number one thing. In fact, when Sheena and I just sold our last house, we had one of our customers in the Denver area do an inspection on a roof to certify if there was at least 5 years left on the roof. I couldn't do it myself. We needed a third person to do it. All right, that was the big sticking point, that we had an older roof on our home. And the home buyer was like, I don't want to buy, stretch my budget, buy this house, and then find out that we need to do the roof later. So the stuff comes up, and I've had it happen to me. So these are three really big things, right? Homeowners know it's most expensive, home buyers. It comes up at the last minute, and it can throw a monkey wrench in the deal that ends up costing huge amounts of money for the seller, which again also impacts the realtor. These are some pretty real problems. Would you agree? Yes or no? Yeah. All right, so now what we want to do is figure out how do we educate them on the outcome and the solution that we need to get to the right place. So what we want to do is create the need by then showcasing that these problems that they have, the impact of the problem of some issues on the roof that they've identified, that they've said, I don't want to do because I'm selling the house. We highlight the impact of those problems on their home sale and then position our solution as an easy answer. All right, and what do we do for that? We do it this way. Number one, we can help a new roof makes homes sell faster and easier. Would you agree? If homeowners know it's the most expensive thing and we say, hey, new roof, here's pictures, here's the receipt, here's everything, that's a huge value add, yes? And that information can go into the listing. So you can have a hotter listing. You can include a receipt. You can include pictures. That can be in the supplements that are included by the realtor. In fact, you might even be able to chat with the realtor about that. Okay? Number three, this allows for a smooth transaction. So we can't guarantee what else might come up in their home inspection, but what we can say is on the roof side of things, you're going to get a smooth transaction because they're not going to find a thing up there. And there's no monkey wrenches that come up last minute. All right. Now, number 4 is, and this is entirely up to the company, so this is up to you. But for many folks, they'll make their labor warranty transferable. Okay, so a transferable warranty. If you are selling any extended warranties, please read the fine print on the process to transfer those warranties. But if you do advertise a new roof with a hot listing and pictures, and the home shows better, looks better, has better curb appeal, which by the way, new roof, there's more than the money. It's we've got the money and it looks good, so it makes people happy. People want a new roof on their home. And then if we include the transferable warranty, which is up to you, that's a big deal. New roof, transferable warranty, piece of cake. All right, we might end up getting a fury of home buyers or open ourselves up to more buyers who, some people are willing to do work on a home, others aren't. Doesn't matter what it is. Some people want turnkey ready. You want your home as turnkey ready as humanly possible. And then number 5 is that many folks are going to recover that money on the sale. Okay. Now, if the new roof is $20,000 and you end up selling the home more quickly and you transfer everything and you get 15 grand back, that's much better than the deal falling apart or doing some sort of negotiation or being forced to delay a sale and find a contractor who can squeeze you in. So there you have it. When someone tells you that they're selling their house soon, so they don't need a roof, we know how to overcome it. And here's the interesting part. When we get into what I teach, like, and I said in the objection strategy right here, that everything boils down to trust, need, or money, you'll notice that the core root of this objection is very similar to a very common one. My roof is fine. We don't want to file a claim. It's not leaking. We don't need to do anything. This same approach, all right, of doing an inspection that sells, getting folks to own the problem and educating them is the same exact way to overcome it. And I teach you all of that and more inside the objection strategy, all right, which is available in the Roofing Sales Success Formula. There's a link in the video description, and there's packages available for individual reps or teams. But anyway, let's summarize this. So what we're going to do is the inspection that sells, we're going to find the bigger reason. Then we're going to get the homeowner owning the problem by describing the damage to us. I teach you how to do that in this video up here. And then we're going to educate homeowners on the outcome. Now, once we've kind of laid that groundwork and we're sitting down with the homeowner, we need them to really feel the pain and the consequences of what's going to happen if they decide not to do the roof, which is number 1, home shoppers. No, it's the most expensive maintenance item on a house. It is like number 1 red flag for even a first-time home buyer. Number 2, it always comes up last minute. After the deal's accepted, you've got your contingencies, the inspection comes up, and this stuff gets dropped on you, which can throw off the deal. It can require homeowners to sell for less money. It could throw a monkey wrench, which I didn't address before, into financing options. In fact, some lenders won't write a loan on a home until that work is done. I remember my first time I bought a house, believe it or not, I had to paint the windowsills, the window frames that were wood on the garage of our home in order for the underwriter to write the loan on our home. Can you believe that? I had to paint from a 1950s home just some wood. That's it. And the homeowner had to do it prior to selling. So this stuff comes up last minute, can make a deal fall apart, and ends up costing the deal or a lot of money. But on the flip side, new roof saves people money, makes people happy, looks great, improves your listing, which you can include photos of, you can include the receipt, you can have a much smoother transaction that doesn't come up last minute. We're gonna be able to transfer the warranty, potentially, if that's up to you, both your labor warranty and extended warranty, and for most people, they're gonna recover a whole bunch of that money in equity on their sale. And there you have it. And if you want more, hop into the Roofing Sales Success Formula for you and your team. There's links in the video description below. And if you have any questions, you can definitely give our team a call. And I'm going to write that number here on the screen. That's 303-222-7133. You can call or text that number with any questions. Hey, thank you for joining me in today's video. And just because our time here is about to wrap up, doesn't mean your and my time has to. So option number 1, if you haven't done this yet, download a free copy of my Pitch Like a Pro Roofing Sales Training Video Library right here and jump right into that objections playlist. You're gonna love it. Check your inbox for the link to download it right when you get set up. And then if you haven't watched this video, click right here to watch the video on Stop Telling Homeowners the Roof's Damaged so they can then own their problem. You're gonna watch your close rate skyrocket from there. Hey, thanks again for joining me, and I will see you very soon on the next one.